I'm a Ooh, I'm a boat. Hello, Todd and Jeremy and Sarah. Welcome. Here, we're gonna get started very soon. Just give me 1 minute to raise my mainsail. Wow.
All right! How's everybody doing?
My name is... Are we doing good? Oh, what's up with my maritime admiralty products today? Ooh, where's my dunnage? Oh, I've got so much cargo. Throw me in the hold. Swag! The poop deck. Yes. As you can see, changes have been made to the hold space for my tribe. Well, to Chopo's transdimensional and esoteric used car lot, we are now selling boats. As I figure that as fugitives of land law, it was advisable for us to divest our cargo. Our cargo of land transportation vessels and exchange them for these hearty maritime vessels. Instead, vessels for vessels. So here we are at Chopo's transdimensional and esoteric used boats. Hey, bless you, Seth. I look forward to this too. So yes, as we learned last week, there are two laws. There's land law and there's maritime law. And it turns out that if you were born of a woman, born of a human woman, then you are indeed a maritime admiralty product, and you are owned by England to be bought and sold subsequently. Wow! So I'm not afraid of the police, but I do have to keep up the visage of a boat. And there are several things that define a boat. Thankfully, one of those things is not, be spending a certain amount of time in water. You just have to be capable of it. So indeed, we are landlocked here in Pahrump, Nevada. Yet I was able to acquire several dilapidated boats. And that feels good, and we like that. We will need to pay a wharfage fee, unfortunately. Oh, no. But ahoy! Ahoy, last week's stream certainly was interesting. The little thoroughbred boy excursion, and the VHS, the seemingly unrooted in time VHS tape that we watched of the Valve. It seems that the Valve is engaging in alchemy from the University of Las Vegas textbooks, and is going to be hard to find. It's going to be hard to find the Valve, but he's working on some sort of occult ritual that will render him also outside of the grasp of the Pahrump Sheriff's Department and the federal government as well. Yes, Monica, I'm glad you bring that up. Those of you familiar with the Shakespeare play Macbeth will be familiar with a certain legal loophole, which witches apparently also respect, and that is that a C-section, being ripped from your mother's womb, does indeed sort of preclude you from the maritime law loophole, as well as it does implicate you in certain prophecies made around certain cauldrons. Wow! So today we're going to be focusing on many cryptids of the sea, cryptids of the drink, as no one has ever referred to them. But let's start with this Tokolosh or Tokoloshe, okay? This is a cryptid that I was unfamiliar with. This is a South African sea section. I love you. I love all of you for making this pun. It slipped out from under me because of the choppy waters upon which I find myself, metaphorically, of course. So, here's a cryptid I'm not super familiar with, and I apologize, the video isn't much to look at, but the account of the properties of this creature is nothing short of astounding, and I do give you a guarantee it will indeed blow you down. Let's go.
My name is Jonathan Miller, and I'd like to share this picture with you. And what you're looking at here is what they call in South Africa a tokolosh.
Right off the bat, I'm hooked, you know. What you're looking at is a tokolosh. Here we go. Yeah, tell me what the fuck this is.
Spiritually, this is known as a tokolosh, and people with their third eyes open can see these fallen angels, because that's what they are.
Fuck, you know what I mean? You ever watch a video or you listen to somebody talk and you just right away so many questions.
Oh, many questions.
So if my third eye is open, I will see this thing. Glue my third eye shut, please.
I
Beg of you. Hoist the mainsail. Gorilla glue my third eye if I'm gonna be seeing these. Next thing we're talking about. This is a fallen angel. Indeed. Let us continue.
And this is what they look like. They are very hard to film. They can run at high speeds. Their feet are very, very fast. And wherever you look, they'll be in front of you. That's the speed they can move at.
Wow. Wherever you look, they will be in front of you. That is the speed. Hey, how fast are this thing's feet? Well, wherever you look, it'll be in front of you. Dang, that is pretty fast. That's faster than speed. Wow.
They can shrink because they're shapeshifters, and they can shrink to the size of an ant, or they can be the size of a human. So tokoloshes do not normally allow you to see them with the naked eye in human form. This one allowed it. This is a live tokolosh taken at night, a picture taken at night, and this is what it looked like. And this is a female tokolosh in this picture.
Fuck, man. You know what I mean? This is a female. Okay. And it can be the size of an ant or the size of a human. Yeah, baby.
So a tokolosh can
Long pause.
shapeshift into any human form. They can look like any human or animal. Now, they exist naturally in this they are tokoloshes like we are humans.
The fuck did that mean? I don't know. He lost me there.
If you treat them well and give them a room at your house and feed them and treat them like a member of your family, they can literally shapeshift into a human and become your brother, your sister. And if you're very lonely, they can become your lover. They can change into a pretty woman or a very handsome man for a sexual relationship.
You know, like, why is it always going to take that turn? It's always going to, when something can shapeshift, it's always, you always go into horny boner territory, you know. But wow, what are the odds of treating this thing like your family and giving it a room in your home? You know, what are the odds? How many people have done that? Good people, I suspect, but I mean, I would do other things, and you know, you see this thing, let's say you see this thing in your yard. Let's say you see this thing on your bow, on your boat. Let's say this thing's on the port side bow. All right, what's your first thought? Is your first thought, I want this thing to transform into something that I can fuck. You know, well, after, you know, hey, months at sea can do strange things to a person, and I reserve my judgment for anyone who's been out at sea for, you know, over a certain amount of time. That's, you know, hey, what happens at sea stays at sea.
Some tokoloshes are made for that purpose.
Some of them are made for boning.
Tokoloshes can be made.
What?
A sangoma takes
shit.
a horn
Oh, fuck.
and your hair and a whole bunch of different mutis and mixes it together. In this picture, he did not make this
I'll be real with you, I didn't watch it this far. I don't know how far we're going. I don't know about this. I don't know. Let me take a look, because the picture, oh wow, the pictures get gross. No thanks. Let's get back to the Tokolosh.
I hope you can appreciate the fact that you're seeing this, because it's very rare. They move very quickly. They do not allow you to film them.
Beautiful stuff. And you know, if you are like me, which you are, you know, it's possible that you thought, surely this man is joking. But if you go to the channel, How to Heal Spiritually Speaking, ! You know, you find a man. I mean, okay, there's a video called Our Puppet Masters and What is Really Going On, which is a configuration of words that I am quite fond of. And there's a lot of stuff about astral travel. Let's just give a random one a good whack, and you'll see that this is not a person in jest.
Welcome, it's Jonathan Miller from How to Heal Spiritually Speaking. This is not for religious fanatics or people with rigid belief systems.
Yeah.
It can be unintentionally offensive to a lot of people. Controversial for people that don't have third eyes open.
He's really into the third eye thing. And yes, indeed, same thumbnail on every video. Let's skip to the middle and just, this is more for just doing a taste test of the vibe here.
Never seen Hawaii. You can go and astral travel to Hawaii and see what it's like. Only people with third eyes open would actually see you walking there and moving around. You can go through walls, you can go through roofs, you can go through concrete and anything like that, because you now in spirit. You're more of a spirit soul, can move through.
Cool. So that's it, you know, astral traveling or moving and stuff. Hey, have any of you?
Wow. Hey,
Have any of you? Have any of you, perchance, viewed the Loch Ness Monster? My friend Steve Feltham has. So this is a man. This is a man who has been on TV discussing his hunt for the Loch Ness Monster a few times. And his YouTube presence is minimal. He only has a few videos, 160 subscribers. This video has 147 views. But I believe that this man lives at Loch Ness and is some sort of a guide.
what is being forecast as...
I'm going to turn that up, but this was not in vain. And I hope you appreciate that. I think maybe I got my waves too high, because we're going to have to boost vol. I'm going to pause my waves, because we're going to have to boost volume to hear this man. But so this is one way to start a video, okay? I hope you appreciate that.
It's the start of what is being forecast as the busiest season we've ever had here in the Highlands. Due to Brexit and things like that, there's
The double glasses.
going to be a lot of people holidaying at home this summer. So what I wanted to do was just make a quick video to answer a couple of the burning questions that people always have when they visit me here on Dawes Beach. And
I mean, just isn't it beautiful? The stains on the jacket. He's in the Highlands, and he's going to tell you about some things that he's seen on the lake. I will address some comments. His head looks like my husband's big toe. Love it. Shots every time he mentions the third eye. Okay, about the last guy. Really wishing I could spend spring break at Chopo's boatyard.
Come on down to my boat.
I'll be your boat daddy. Tree Fitty. I love the Loch Ness Monster South Park connection. Beautiful. Never saw the water monster, but did see the Fresno Nightcrawler. Please look it up. Legit haunted parachute pants. We have, I think Little Thursday Boy did a segment on the Fresno Nightcrawler, and it is, yeah, haunted parachute pants indeed. Love it.
firstly, I can tell you I've seen one disturbance at the other end at Fort Augustus, like a torpedo going through the water. That was in the first year of being here, and that remains the most unexplained thing I've seen so far. So,
how'd you get all that mustard on your shoulder, is what I would ask. That's what I want to know about. Mustard on denim, that's a classic combination, but one that seems unlikely given your profession, Steve.
that answers the "have you seen it yet" question. The other question that I get asked by visitors quite often, and it dumbfounds me really, is people say, "Oh, you've been here for 28 years? Yes. Oh, but you don't still live here, do you?" Well, can I tell you, I do still live here.
Wow.
For 28 years, this van has been my home and my ground zero, and that's how I love it.
Does anybody refer to their home as their ground zero? I think this may be a case of that doesn't mean what you think it means. I don't know. Maybe I'm confused.
I have a partner. She lives in Inverness. She has a house. Occasionally, maybe once or twice a week, I find myself staying at her house. She comes, and if the weather's good like this, she comes and stays here as well. So we live in separate houses, but we each stay in each other's houses occasionally.
And this man's sleeping arrangements needed to be addressed, and I can't imagine why, but indeed this is the so first thing people say, have you ever seen the Loch Ness Monster? Second thing they say is, where does your partner live, and how often do you sleep with your partner, and where?
But ultimately, this is where I live. This is where all my belongings are. This is my home.
No, what is the
And
Findhorn
I intend
community?
to keep that this way until we solve this world-class mystery, really. In fact, let me show you. I'll show you what's inside. A minute. Look at this. Right.
Show me your van, Steve.
This is inside my van. Here, my bed makes up across the width of the van.
Here my bed makes up.
Up here, see that board there?
Yes.
That board comes out and makes the bed across here every night. These cushions go on top of it, and these quilts are my quilts. That's my bed here in my home. So, yes, I've had one sighting, and yes, I live here, which hopefully will answer those two tedious questions I get asked so much. Thank you.
There's this whole long movie, it's a video diary by him about seeking the Loch Ness Monster. And I don't know who holds the rights to this, so I don't know how much we can really get away with showing.
If there was, then we wouldn't have the world controversy that we have. What we do have is a great deal of anecdotal and eyewitness testimony to support the fact that strange things are seen in Loch Ness. And secondly, we can say that sometimes when we're using sonar, we do get strong sonar contacts that we don't understand.
So it's cool, you know, there was a time, I think this is our...
Thanks, Dad.
So this is our man, this is the van.
If you find it, you'll make history.
That's right.
Apart from that,
But you can always rely on your mates, can't you?
You'll definitely have a good time trying. And if you find it, I'll definitely believe you.
You know, so this is a good time. If you want to watch Desperately Seeking Nessie, here's our man.
Me yesterday, £2 million probe into Loch Ness secrets.
It's cool. I like the Loch Ness Monster stuff a lot. That's a lot of fun. There's this coast to coast. I don't think we really want to listen to anything anymore. But there is a coast to coast episode with. This clip is entitled "Loch Ness Monster is now being seen by many witnesses on land," and this is an interview with a man named Roland Watson, who has this great website. And I just want to give you a little web tour of this website. This is lochnessmystery.blogspot.com. As you can see, it looks great. It has been maintained, even, you might say. There's plenty of witness accounts. Here, there's pictures of the monster. You know, so there's the Loch Ness Monster is really a fond cryptid in my mind. And there's plenty of stuff here on the right. There's the annual Nessie reviews, classic sightings, Nessie books, recent sightings log, the skeptical position, water horses and kelpies, why no carcass is a blog entry that I found quite interesting. You know, so this question may sometimes be framed as a statement by skeptics. To wit, a Loch Ness Monster carcass should have been found by now. However, this issue is better framed as a question, as I have seen no detailed or logical argument by anyone as to why such a statement should be true. Wow. Yeah, it's fun. I recommend this website. Take a poke around for me. Will you? Here's another cryptid that I like. The Montauk Monster. Jeff Corwin on Animal Planet said that this was a raccoon. One of these? Okay, raccoons have teeth, but come on. And the creature is not giving us the finger, as some have said. You can see two fingers straightened out. So the deal with the Montauk Monster is that this washed up on a shore in New Jersey. New Jersey. I believe, and people didn't know what the heck it was. There's some like island near this beach where they think some crazy experiments were happening. And I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan of the Montauk Monster. I just think it's fun. Let's talk about mermaids.
The islands of the Outer Hebrides are separated from the rest of Scotland by the strait of water known as the Minch. The Minch Basin was formed
The Minge? some might say.
For recorded history, by the largest meteorite ever to strike the British Isles. Here alone may one chance to see the Blue Men, which in other parts...
Oh, is Montauk on Long Island? Yeah, then I messed up. I don't think it's in New Jersey. I must be thinking of something else.
Parts of Scotland are completely unknown.
I love this. This channel is really fun. We're going to spend some time here.
A tribe of fallen angels split into 3 parts. The first became the fairies that dwell upon terra firma. The second faction took to the sky.
Really, what you're going to want to watch for in this person's content is the use of stock photos that are not really stock photos, and where and how they are used.
Becoming merry dancers of the northern lights. And the third became the Blue Men, who frolic in the seas of the Minch. The Blue Men are humanoid.
Such as this. So he's saying that there are these blue men that live in this body of water near Scotland, right off the coast there. You know, so just get yourself ready for blue men, and maybe, I'd like to see in the comments a lot of Blue Man Group talk, a lot of Arrested Development, Tobias references, little Thursday Boy stuff. So let's go.
But they are incredibly strong. They swim with their torso raised from the water, exposing their chest, and they twist and dive like a porpoise.
Like a porpoise.
When the waves are choppy, they sleep in underwater caves. But when the weather is fair, they sleep just under the water's surface. They have the power of speech and are known to taunt sailors.
Like this guy, like getting these pictures for this video, this slideshow sort of. I mean, I just like this like free association kind of jam this guy's got going on.
Unlike mermaids, the Blue Men have legs and sometimes board vessels to demand tribute. If the ransom is not paid, they will raise up a storm in an effort to capsize the boat. There is no history of sailors attacking Blue Men, but there is one account of a Blue Man being captured.
Here we go.
He is found dozing on the surface of the water, and mariners haul him on board their ship.
Oh, yeah.
He is sleeping so deeply that he does not wake up.
There's the picture of sleeping so deeply.
Even when one of the crewmen to carry his body loses his grip, and the Blue Man's head bounces on the wooden deck. They bind the creature's hands and feet with heavy rope. They call out to their friend on board by name. They call him Ian Moore, meaning Ian the Great. When the creature hears his name...
You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know, is this what happens when you Google Blue Man? Or did this guy have this picture ready to go on a hard drive, or what? What's the deal, man? How do you get this? Time Cube Guy, yes, we have gone through Time Cube Guy, Little Thursday Boy has. Yeah, I've heard of Time Cube Guy. I just like this picture. This is Ian Moore. This is our friend Ian Moore.
He awakens. He breaks free of the puny ropes of men and dives into the water. This is how local mariners learned that all Blue Men have names by which they address each other. Kenny MacLeod was a man on the Isle of Lewis who could not swim. He earned his living collecting seaweed washed up on shore,
Wait,
which farmers needed to use as fertilizer.
I'm glad he cleared that up. I had a lot of questions about that.
Kenny was too poor to marry, but he was proud to be chosen every year by the people of Lewis to deliver their annual peace offering to the Blue Men. Every spring, when the waters were still cold,
I'm going to skip forward a little bit just to the other Blue Man pictures.
to visit his underwater cave. And always MacLeod politely declined. Until one abnormally cold spring.
You know, like it does help to visualize a blue man.
A month, instead of once a year. That,
You know, but it's not, you know. Like, this is probably the best one. Like, this is kind of the only, he really should have led with this one, you know, rather than the Merboy. But, hey, beggars can't be choosers, huh?
MacLeod then made use of the sea hood to salvage gold from sunken ships, but not those that sank in the Minch. He never returned to the Isle of Lewis. Instead, he did marry a good wife with blue eyes.
This is,
And he was-
this is the stock footage he got for a good wife.
Was always kind to his 4 children.
So sick, and he puts all his sources at the end of each video in screenshot form. And he's got a Patreon, so this is, yeah, so this channel, I'd love to give a lot of praise to this channel. This is Night Terrors. And he does live streams, Eastern time. It's Thursday at 7, Friday at 8, Saturday at 9, Sunday at 10. So he's got a lot of videos. I recommend it. Night Terrors. He's cranking them out. Here's an example of one of his videos that I enjoyed. I really like Beatles conspiracy theories.
Everybody who knows the music of the Beatles.
I think this might be his first video, and he's looking a lot better these days. So yeah, good for him.
Everybody who knows the music of the Beatles wishes that the Beatles had never broken up. Maybe they would all still be alive. Consider a 60-minute cassette tape from another dimension.
You know, awesome opening, just doesn't really, it's sort of a broken sentence.
From a parallel Earth where the Beatles are still all alive. Where they continue to release albums. You are listening to one of those albums right now.
Yeah. Oh, shit. This is an intro. But let's talk about this. You know, so he's doing a green screen background here. You know, why this? I don't know. I guess it's supposed to look kind of spooky, I guess, but it's just a question. Just a question. Nothing more. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Like a scene from Alice in Wonderland, James Richards went down the rabbit hole. In the year 2009, in Del Puerto Canyon, California, his dog began to chase a rabbit.
So good.
When James tried to chase his dog, he tripped over a rabbit hole, and when he fell, he got knocked out.
So this, you know, I'll just tell this story.
When he woke up,
This guy hit his head, and he received this tape of the Beatles in a dimension where they didn't break up and they were all still alive, and he brought it back.
he seemed to be nowhere near the canyon. He had a bandage on his head. A haired man who called himself Jonas.
A man named Jonas gave him the tape.
Jonas said he found James unconscious. James was surprised that his dog had stayed with him. "Where am I?" James asked. 20 feet from where I found you," said Jonas. James did not believe it.
Del Puerto!
There were no houses in Del Puerto Canyon. "We are still in the canyon," said Jonas. "But it's not your canyon. In my world, they built a city here." Jonas had been traveling on alternate worlds. It was against the rules. But when he saw that James needed urgent, immediate care, he rescued the man and brought him and his dog back. Back across the dimensional barrier. On Jonas's Earth, back in the 1950s. Back in the 1950s, when we were spending our money on NASA and the space program, attempting to reach the stars.
I just want to hear more of the songs.
In their own backyard, to infinite Earths.
It's a dimension hopping device.
What's your favorite band? Maybe James was only a little surprised when Jonas
What's
said,
your favorite
"The
band?"
Beatles." Then Jonas said that right now they're on tour. This is called a cassette tape. And this is how we used to duplicate our music.
King Crimson.
You record
Okay.
the album to magnetic tape, then you write the song titles on this card, which tucks inside the cassette case. Anyway, Jonas produces this very cassette. Jonas will not allow James to take the tape home. It's against the rules.
It's against the
But
rules.
seeing as Jonas
Have you? Oh man, I should have gotten this website up. I'll do it, but this website is awesome. The BeatlesNeverBrokeUp.com. It's really fun.
broke the rules by rescuing James, maybe James could break the rules by stealing the tape, which he did, while Jonas was in another room. Soon, Jonas returns the man and his dog.
Yeah, I got this Baha Men tape from an alternate timeline.
Right where he found them, on our planet Earth.
A Hootie, alternate Hootie would be fun.
And though James still has this cassette, he does not have any more information about the tape. Only the album title, Everyday Chemistry, and the names of the songs. No date, no record label, no cover art, no liner notes. Only one unknown Beatles album, recorded by John, Ringo, Paul, and George.
I'm sick to death of seeing things from tight-lipped condescending mamas.
It's awesome. It's good stuff. We'll check out that website. It's the BeatlesNeverBrokeUp.com, right? Let me grab that. The Beatles never broke up.com. 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 So this happened in 2009, according to the website, which I like. And you can download the album. You can download it as a zip file. The first song is called Four Guys. And the last one is indeed titled Mr. Gator's Swamp Jamboree. I'm just sitting here, days like these, Saturday night, Soldier Boy. Maybe this is where Soldier Boy got his name.
Well, what did it do to you? You seem to be in a...
They were just like four boys. I really liked them. They were good. They were great guys. It didn't really hit me. And then these two standing there singing, and I don't know what they do. They just change you. They're not what they used to be. They're just so much better.
Pretty cool. I did watch that movie yesterday. I thought it was pretty bad. And I thought that the part with the fake John Lennon was like kind of offensive, but just to his family, like he was a real guy that died, and then I don't know, maybe they liked it.
We were just a band who made it very, very big. That's all.
Pretty good, right? I like that it has Band on the Run in it. You know, that's clever. Whoever did indeed make this, I like that. I'm a big fan of. So that's fun. I think we should listen to Mr. Gator's Swamp Jamboree and then maybe call it quits on it, but it's fun. This is the Swamp Jamboree. Ooh, I like that. Good stuff. Let's skip forward. This jamboree sucks. You call this a jamboree? You call this a swamp jamboree? Come on. Yeah, it's no good. But so that's fun. So let's talk a little bit more about mermaids. Let's get some mermaid healing and meet our mermaid guide, huh?
How do you feel when you're near the ocean? Calm, peaceful,
I feel
maybe
good.
a little vulnerable? Maybe you feel like your heart is opening and you start reminiscing past relationships? Well, what if I told you that the way you feel when you're near the ocean is actually a message from the mermaids? In this video, I'll introduce you to the magical realm of the mermaids and guide you through a meditation journey to meet and communicate with them, to experience mermaid healing. I'm George Lizos and I empower lightworkers with tools and guidance to find, follow and fulfill their life purpose. If you're ready to follow yours, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Working with the mermaids helped me get over my ex and open myself up to love again.
Fuck, man. That's a tall order. It helped me get over my ex and find love again, working with the mermaids. All right, well, hey, let's dive in. Somebody needs that somewhere. Come on, let's go.
After a traumatic breakup, I'd close up my heart and wouldn't allow myself to trust or fall in love. I was woken up by a mermaid in my dream who asked me to go visit her on the beach. Long story short, I did that and she guided me through a powerful meditation journey to navigate, release and heal my emotions. By the end of the night, I was free of hurt and resentment, and I was able to move on. Today, I teach about the mermaids as part of the Elemental Healing Practitioner course, where students train to become certified elemental healing practitioners.
And you get really good at Magic the Gathering.
To channel the energy of nature for the purpose of positively transforming their life and the life of others. I'm excited to share some of that.
Yeah, how many people think this is going to turn into how do you get to bone a mermaid? This, you know, it always goes that way.
Magic with you here so you can also experience the magic of mermaids. Mermaids are water elementals that look after each body of water on the earth, from lakes to streams to oceans and waterfalls. Each expression of water has unique qualities and an elemental consciousness we can attune to and work with.
What about piss?
When we consciously connect with the mermaids, they help us to...
Oh, he said streams, so that's piss. Yeah, piss qualifies as a stream.
Clear and balance our emotions, to release suppressed emotional hurt, accept our sexuality, and let ourselves to be vulnerable. Mermaids are relationship experts who help us navigate our romantic, familial, and friendship relationships.
You know what? If people here haven't seen Splash ever, or if you haven't seen Splash for a while, I recommend it. I think that movies haven't been good for 15 years or more. And you watch a movie like Splash and you think like, this is how movies should be. It's absurd. And that's great. That's so good. I'm tired. Like superhero stuff doesn't really do it for me. But Splash does. Or like I watched Weird Science last week. That film is a museum of insanity. I love it. There's an animatronic blob man. There's a lot of like really, really racist stuff. And so it doesn't hold up well at all. But it's it's a wild ride, and you'll feel pretty uncomfortable for a lot of it. But then there's also this scene where they're like hacking to create a woman, and it like their hair gets like blown back, and like hacking to them looks like they're playing Doom. It's a wild ride, and yeah, there's a whole section where Anthony Michael Hall is doing like a black voice, and it's uncomfortable. It's not good. It's bad, in fact. But watch Splash is what I'm trying to say.
As well as our relationship with ourselves. Ocean mermaids focus on romantic relationships, river mermaids on family and friendships, and lake mermaids on self-love.
Only fins.
I'm curious, have you ever had an encounter with a mermaid before? What was it like? How did you feel? I'd love to hear your story, so be sure to share it with me in the comments below. Now that you know what the mermaids are all about, it's time to meet them in meditation. So when you're ready, just sit in a comfortable position, close your eyes, and take a long, deep breath in.
Here we go. And then so the video is 37 minutes long, and most of it is this, which is
facing
fine.
An endless, deep blue ocean.
And he talks through some of it, not all of it.
She's looking at you through piercing, blue-green eyes, which paralyze you.
He takes you on a whole guided journey about meeting a fish woman.
She is smiling at you, proud of your decision and eager to spend this time with you.
For sure, yeah. Lake mermaids kind of freak me out more than the ocean ones. And I don't know, you just get the feeling that like the lake mermaids have been trapped for a while. They don't even like being there. You know what I'm saying?
Move your hands and wrists around.
Okay. This is a cool fetish.
Maybe move your head around clockwise.
It's kind of like trying to go to Hogwarts.
And anti-clockwise.
Trying to hook up with mouth. Take me to Hogwarts, hook me up with mouth.
And release.
Hey man, who's your celebrity crush? Is it Slimer or is it Mouth? This is
There
a
you have
family
it.
show.
As you come back into your body, I want you to leave me a comment and let me know what was your experience in connecting with the mermaids.
I want
How
you
did
to leave me
feel?
a comment.
What kind of messages did you receive? I cannot wait to hear all about it. If you love connecting with the elementals and want to deepen your connection with them, come hang out with me in the Elemental Communication Facebook group. It is a private community of like-minded people filled with tips, trainings, and guidance.
Go join this guy's group. Tell me what it's like. Yeah, shifting. I found the shifting thing very, very interesting, especially how it seems to be taking off with young people, the idea of shifting. I should have found some shifting stuff because that was something I started looking into a little bit. It's very, very interesting. But yeah, this guy's YouTube channel, or I guess it's shared by a few people. It's George Lizos. There's some fun stuff here, talking about how to make holy water. That fits in with the theme. Let's talk about it. Hey, let's talk about holy water. That fits in with the theme.
Hi there, I'm George Lizos. I always start my day by drinking a glass of holy water. And people ask me how I'm so positive and so energized and so happy all the time. And it's partly because of that holy water. And so today I wanted to share with you my personal recipe for creating holy water. But before we go there, let's back up a little bit and talk about the history of holy water.
Soak me, man. I don't care about the history. Get me wet.
So water is an essential part of who we are. 70% of our body is made out of water, and therefore the quality of the water we put into our body is essential for our mental, emotional.
I look like the people from the Capri Sun commercials. I'm so hydrated. You know what I'm saying?
Ailments. And holy water is at the center of most of the miraculous healings we read about in ancient texts of many of the world's religions. There are sacred places all around the world with natural streams of holy water coming out of rock forms and mountains, and there are healing wells visited by thousands of pilgrims all around the world every single year. An example of this is
very interesting. I just kind of want to know the recipe though.
Into water and therefore create holy water.
Here we go.
Channel life force energy of source energy, of God, of spirit, whatever you want to call it. And at any time you can tap into that consciousness and channel life force energy into water and therefore create holy water. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now. So here's my
This guy isn't going to try to teach me how to fuck a glass of water, is he? Oh no.
Personal recipe for creating holy water. Firstly, what you'll need is a glass of natural mineral water. You can use tap water if you want to, but as I said before, the quality of the water we put into our body is essential, and therefore the better the quality, the better.
Fiji.
So, you should have your natural mineral water, and then I want you to wrap your hands together.
Vitamin water.
And that will create an energy field between your hands, and you can feel the resistance when you do that. So that's the second step. Third step is you call upon life force energy to flow through the environment, through your crown chakra, through your heart, and out through your hands.
Ooh.
And life force energy is a spiritual form of energy.
Out through my ass?
Which is basically source energy. It's what makes the world go round. It's what flows through every single piece of...
This is not vegan. This is indeed a A human product.
Consciousness in this universe. It's the spiritual matter, the God energy that makes things go round. So you're calling upon source energy, life force energy, and you can do that by simply saying, I call upon life force energy to flow through me. And visualize the energy flowing through your crown chakra into your heart and out through your hands.
Through my ass?
And when you do that, you're going to feel the flow of energy through your hands. And you're going to use it.
I can only do this with plain flavor Gatorade, and that's the yellow one.
To create a ball of life force energy between your hands. And you're not going to be able to see that, but you're going to be able to feel it. You're going to feel the resistance building up until you have a good size ball of life force energy. And when you've got that ready, you have to gently insert it into your glass of water.
Gently insert.
By placing your hands to surround and envelop the glass of water.
Penetrate the glass of water.
And while you're doing that, just say, I bless this water with life force energy to heal my mind, body, and spirit. Or you can insert anything you want after that. You can say to fill my body with love, with peace, with happiness, with abundance. Whatever you want to invite into your life. And when you feel you've inserted a good amount of life force energy into the water, then you can put your hands back into prayer position and close the ritual. An optional step would be to add a few drops of flower essences into the water to add the qualities of a flower you want to invite into your life.
You know, here's an interesting thought. When people talk about flower essences, or you know, you got like a rose water, you know, technically mustard falls into that category. Your standard table mustard, your brown seeded, your Grey Poupon is, you know, technically that's from a flowering plant. So you can add mustard to your holy water to spice it up a little bit. And yeah, use Sierra Mist, add it with the side of Dijon. And it's, you know, that's a flower essence. Your Dijon mustard is indeed a flower essence. Hey, what's your favorite flower?
Mustard.
No, let me take that again. Hey, man, yeah, I'm really into like essential oils and like, you know, herbal extracts, flower extracts. Could you recommend one to me? Yeah, man. French's yellow. French's mustard.
Let's say, for example, you want to invite more love into your life. You can work with rose flower essences. That by adding a few drops of rose flower essences, you're inviting the oversoul and the energy of roses to flow through the water and empower it.
If you put mustard and onions in your holy water, you can refer to it as Chicago style. Whoa! That's a hot dog joke. What else do I have for you today? Well, oh, yeah, let's get into this. Okay, so there is a whole... This is something I was kind of trying to crack, but I couldn't really get a lot of it down, and it seems to be something that maybe... I don't know. So there's this whole thing about... water spirits and water demons being sort of an evil force in some kind of
Hi there, guys, it's Robert.
Christian, I think maybe a Caribbean or African, I don't know what you'd call it, maybe a denomination of Christianity. There's a lot of stuff about water spirits and water demons, and I found videos of these demons and water spirits being exorcised from people, and they were referred to as mermaids as well. But yeah, and there's like a lot of these like sort of podcasts, Christian podcasts from Africa, where they talk a lot about the marine kingdom and its evil. I couldn't find a ton about that, but I did find this man, and this man is entertaining. So let's give it a shot.
Hi there, guys, it's Robert.
That was
and a
loud.
massive for Christ. Listen, it's going to get a bit weird. What I'm going to talk about now is going to get a little bit weird, all right? So I'm going to speak about water spirits and all sorts of craziness, all right? put your hat on. It's gonna get a bit deep now, right? And crazy, but you need to understand these sorts of things. Now, I got a message on one of my comments the other day, and the brother said that he watched a woman get delivered, and when the past.
Look at this. I have a question. I was watching a video of a woman being delivered from a demon of lust. It said it was from the ocean. I was confused. I don't understand. Those are called water spirits or marine spirits. Lots of pre-flood Nephilim spirits live in the water like Dagon the fish god, etc. I think may have opened up a can of worms. That was very interesting. Thanks for telling me. All good, bro. These are the kinds of conversations that I am not having thanks to the coronavirus pandemic. So this is what I mean. Like, so yeah, this is the information that I received about this thing, the marine spirits, the water spirits. But when I say that I don't understand it, I just mean I don't know where this came from. Is this biblical? Is this from something else? I don't know. But pre-flood Nephilim spirits live in the water, like Dagon the fish god, etc. Now, I recall seeing a Sci-Fi Channel original movie that was an adaptation of an H.P. Lovecraft story that was called Dagon, and it was about fish people. So is this kind of a Lovecraftian thing? Is this biblical? Is this, I don't know. Dagon just out here trying to teach people about agriculture, and he gets called a demon? Or that's the Dogon, but thank you for the reference. Little Thursday boy will be happy to see that. Yeah, that's the Dogon, which I think is an African tribe who had a very good understanding of the Sirius binary star system, and it suggests that they are an ancient people because they talk about it being a different color, which would have been a very, 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 very long time ago. Lovecraft just appropriated like a mofo, Joe says. I believe it. I can only speak in list form. Absolutely.
So asked the woman, or asked the demon, what was your name and where did you come from? The demon said that, or this demon of lust said it was a water spirit. This demon of lust came from the water. And he said he's a bit confused, didn't understand. Now, we need to understand...
Mesopotamian. A Mesopotamian sexy fish man. See, I'm very, very, very much interested in this. So thank you, Rosie, and possibly Surreal Chemist. I didn't look at your link yet. And Alex, thank you for the guidance.
And right, what you need to understand is that, yeah, there's demons in the water.
And as a boat, I need to know that there's demons in the water.
There's water spirits, okay, lustful water spirits. You have spirits like the Queen of the Coast, or you have Marine Dada, okay, you have all these water spirits. There's some of the names that they're called and what they do. Now, I've had the privilege of listening, well, over here in England, there's a lot of Nigerians, Africans over in this country, and what we need to understand is that in the West, we just know about science and medicine and, internet and all that sort of stuff. But when you start hitting Africa, when you start hitting the third world countries, Jamaica, Haiti, you start dealing with the juju and the obia and all these sorts of witchcraft and witch doctors in these third world countries. It's big. It's no joke. It's serious business. Over here, they dabble the occult and all that stuff there. When you hit Africa, it's a different kettle of fish altogether.
No pun intended, I hope. Kettle of fish. So yeah, it's interesting stuff, and we know science, medicine, and the internet, but we do not know about Dagon. So I found this to be very interesting. I don't know. We'll keep watching for a little bit. To be honest, I don't know fully where it goes after this point. And thank God for stock footage. That mermaid transformation stock footage was truly blessed.
Now, there was a bishop, all right? His name was Bishop A.J. Afo. I'll never forget it, from 1997. He used to be a wizard. And in Africa, he was an African wizard.
Then this guy's sitting in his car too. I love it. This kind of ticks all my boxes, so to speak.
And he got delivered, saved, and all that stuff there. When he came to church, he started to tell us what was going on in Africa, what he used to do as a wizard, a chief wizard, the sorts of witchcraft he was doing, and antics he was doing, and the craziness that was going on. It's just crazy. And now he was speaking about how you would go to certain lakes in Africa, in Nigeria, in Togo, that had lakes. And in the lake, all right, they used to have women in the lake that was half woman and half crocodile. Half woman, so they'll come out of the water, all right? When they come out of the water, they're half woman and the other half of them is crocodile, all right? Or half a fish. And this, we can see this throughout the Bible. This is the reason why a lot of you guys, you're sleeping and you're dreaming and you're in the water. Yes, I just spoke in tongues. You better know this. It's serious business.
Wow. You know, that's a lot. That's really a heavy... That was a heavy 20 seconds of YouTube by my standards. Wow. Throughout the Bible, there are the crocodile beings. Interesting. And yes, I just spoke in tongues.
Some of you guys are having dreams and you're under the water. There's mermaids appearing in your dreams. There's women appearing in your dreams. There's men appearing in your dreams. A lot of that, they're full of lust, and they're lustful, and they're abusing you in your sleep. Now, a lot of those spirits come from the water. They come from the water kingdom, all right? Sounds crazy what I'm saying, but I'm not joking. I'm being deadly serious. Now, when you listen to some of these Africans, you listen to some of these third world country people and hear what they do behind the scenes in their witchcraft, it will make your head spin. There was a woman who got...
Literally make your head spin, he says. Wizard antics. Briga says, this made me think of Popobawa. He's an African evil spirit who comes and fucks men in the ass in the middle of the night. If they don't tell everyone about it the next day, he'll come and fuck them in the ass every night from then on. God, that's awful. I guess it makes me laugh because the part where you have to tell everyone, that seems like a sort of a prank on you. You know, an awful prank by your friends to say, hey man, last night you were assaulted by his spirit, and now you have to tell everyone or it's going to keep happening. Stop hitting yourself. Sure. Unfortunately, in some parts of Africa, it still gets accused of witchcraft and are tortured. Absolutely. You know, yeah, that's sad. Bye, Kathy. A big bless. Wow. But stuff like this is very interesting. You know, I wonder why. I wonder how this came to be and when it came to be. I'm curious. I'm curious of things like Well, my friends, my boats. Thank you for hanging out with me. This week on Hold Space for My Tribe. Do hear me. Hearken me. This week it will be Little Friday Boy. There's no Little Thursday Boy this week. The stream will be on Friday, not Thursday. Same time as usual, but it will be on Friday. LTB told me to say that. So that's important to know. Big bless to you, Ethel. Wow. Yeah, you're late, but I mean, whatever. We were just talking about mermaids. You can You can watch it later. I'll put it on the YouTubes. Fried egg on fried egg. Yeah, so I'm gonna go on to the Patreon now. You keep streaming there. Got some more stuff going. Please join our Discord. That's in the Facebook comments there, the link to that. Join our Discord. Our Patreon is patreon.com/holdspace for my tribe, where I will now be continuing for, another, I don't know how long. I'll be there in, 10 to 15 minutes. Same little blue boy, different blue time. Different blue time. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. I love hanging out. It's, the year continues. The more than a year of the pandemic. Wow. Can't believe it. Here I am. Wow. You're going to get down on Friday. Wow. Big bless. I love you. Please stay safe. Next time you talk to a police officer, be sure to mention that you are a boat. So big bless to all of you. Monica, Caitlin, Spencer, Rosie, Jimmy, Alex, Joe, Seth, Monica, Surreal Chemist, Ethel, Todd, everybody who joined. Big bless. Thank you. I'll see you at patreon.com/holdspace for my tribe in about 15 minutes. Blah.